Hey, I have to make one more spontaneous video to share a thought that is quite spontaneous. It's on my mind since a few days. I have realized that in pop culture, in reggae and rap music, amongst very popular artists, psychology has arrived since a long time, and I'm speaking about terms like introvert, like antisocial in a positive way, like social distancing, also PTSD, but especially the role of the introvert and the trait of antisocial behavior is being used in an affirming way. So artists they have a message, right? They sing that they are antisocial and introvert. They switch up their phones, they retreat into their space, they let other people do the party and the socializing, and they retreat. They want to be with themselves. Some say they want to be with the creator, with nature. Um, this reggae song that or yeah, is a modern reggae song called Introvert. I don't know what the name of the artist was. I don't listen to him at the moment. He also was singing about mood swings. So these are psychological topics, but the essence of this is also on social media everywhere. The influencers on YouTube, the spiritual community. It was very hard not to say pseudo spiritual. Um, they there is a lot of resonance about if I want to make videos that get a lot of views, I could try it with this one. I don't know. Let's see. Uh, Videos around the topic, the buzzword, the hashtag, um, intuitive introvert go viral. This topic is huge. Like I give you a few buzzwords of this spiritual movement in society. Um, Intuitive introvert, chosen one, isolation. Um, yeah, there's much more, but I don't have them all present right now. But it's about this. Yeah, about this being introvert. About yeah. Let me get to the point. Let me get to the core. Not talk. Not speak around. Um, it's about you see a dysfunction in society. You see problems with people. So you're pointing with a finger outside, and you say, "Oh, you know what? I have enough of that. I retreat, I isolate myself." And we're all guilty of this to a certain degree. I give you an example. We know that it is not, we're 8 billion people or more, and it does not work that everybody is having. Is very rich and has a car and a high life standard, a living standard. This will not work. We simply don't have the resources for this. It will lay waste to the world and nature and so on. But we all conclude, you know what, I want to have a piece of the cake and I live today, so I get the car, I consume this stuff, I do it too. Because I also want to have a piece of the cake and I don't give a, you know. We all we all do this behavior. Okay. So we all say there is something not right out there in society. But me myself, I don't care for what is happening. And this is to a certain degree healthy. There is countless fears that we could have. I give you a taste of the repressed or not so repressed fear of the collective subconscious of the people at the moment. Of course, we can speak about these bombs, but I giving you a taste. Artificial intelligence, drone swarms, viruses from laboratories, biological warfare, algorithms, nanotechnology, chips that you have implanted in your body, mind control via algorithms, and so on. Stuff like that, okay? So it's good to have a barrier against this, not let this there all the time. Of course, we have to live. And we have people become more antisocial. Um, you know, we are living in an atomized world, which means people are separated in small spaces and retreat into these spaces and are less and less forced together. We are not forced together anymore. Everybody goes into privacy and says what is outside is sick and dangerous and we don't want to have to do with this. So we retreat and we do our thing and everybody does this. And I tell you what, this leads to huge problems. Also in the future, global problems. Real big problems. But this is the trend we have. It's people hype this and people think this is the remedy and they create this new collective that is retreating. So there is a lot of people who say I go in isolation, I am an introvert, I am for myself. It's also of course supported by the tendency of this psychologized and also pathologized society. So everybody is learning about the psychological language, psychotherapeutic language. Everybody has a therapist. Everybody is engaging in mental health, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And this phenomenon of this individualistic. Okay, yeah, we have this trend happening. We can observe it everywhere. It's also the idea of these chosen ones, whatever, people who are isolated, who have enough, who make these boundaries and just live their life, and everybody's doing it. So, I see a problem with this because we we have one problem, and that is that the world is ruled by people who are acting, and the world, the real reality, is already dissolving. Reality is the place of consensus and the place where citizens meet. This place is dissolving. Reality is dissolving. This place where we have been forced together due to necessities. And this is dissolving. We have no more necessities to be forced together. To be forced together means we get reality checks from others. Our grandiosity, our fantasies are tested and partially destroyed, which is healthy. All right? And we realize that we need others. We need to be in a in a condition that others accept us, and others must be in a condition that we accept them. And this is a healthy process to create a community that is sharing the same reality and has a consensus about basic values, and this is dissolving. And if all these people who think they understand what is right and they are so full of love and they are the chosen ones and this and that, and they retreat, they are the intuitive introvert, they are doing the shadow work, all of that, and they retreat and they say, I'm in isolation now, you know what, do what you do, I'm doing my thing. The world is being ruled by people who are not self reflecting, who are cruel, who are callous, who decide for others, which is sick in itself. And you get me, I have to finish the video quickly. Um, so, this is a problem. To summarize it in a quick way now, those who retreat, those who say, I retreat and I put myself in isolation, those must stop reflecting so much and go in isolation. They must go outside and change the world. But so those who are um, acting only and are not reflecting and who decide for others and who are callous and unempathetic have to be stopped. You can't go to these people and tell and ask them nicely, you know what? I think it would be very nice and good for every one of us if this don't work this way. These people, yeah, but the people who are only acting and who are ruling and running this, they should be reflecting more. They should be forced together with everybody. Imagine these people are forced under the same rules that they try to establish on others. They would establish very good rules for everybody now. Okay, this is just my idea. The people of action, the people of power, should reflect more because they don't reflect at all. And those that only reflect and retreat should come to action and change the world because what we're doing now leads to destruction, most certainly. And you can retreat and you can do your meditation, do all your practices, and be the most enlightened being in the planet if you do this in isolation. This is toxic self preservation that leads to absolutely nothing for nobody. Welcome, welcome to reality.